this is easy to dissect. I can count the number of times we've shot 21 free throws on one hand, and we missed 15. And what you guys probably don't know the exact number, but you have a pretty good idea. We also missed 10 layups. That's 35 points. You hold the team to 64 at home. That's enough to win. But we're not a very good basketball team right now, and that's what I told them. It's about toughness. Gonna miss some shots. Gonna miss a couple free throws. But you can't set records less than 30% from the free throw line. You're pros. You're pro. Own the opportunity and maximize those opportunities you present for yourself. And if we don't change that, there's not a team on our schedule to beat. And now, the pause on that is the ingredients are there. I gotta try to keep pulling it out of them. They want to spit it out, but it needs to show. Because you work too hard. They're not a defiant bunch. They're not a bunch that doesn't put in the time. They're not a bunch that doesn't go to work out on their day off. That's not the case. But it's a mentality of toughness that you have to show possession in and possession out. So you guys talk about night in and night out. We talk about possession after possession. You know,
last game talked about the bench contributions and didn't get much tonight.
Right. You probably could tell me the numbers, but I didn't.
It was 8 points.
How many?
8 points off the bench.
Wow. Add that to the list. And you know, in to that point, Fred, what changes from last game to this game? Similar defensive teams, similar style of play, same shots. You know, I told Shea Murphy scored 15 today. He looked like he didn't want to shoot. I'm not that coach. I don't handcuff you and shackle you. If you got the skill, you got to have the will to get it done. And we'll keep working and try to get some of that back.
Is it just mental toughness is it a sense of being maybe hesitant when it's really when things get tough, or what's?
Well, that may have been the case for some other game, but it's a free throw.
Yeah,
it's a layup. It's not, you know, it's not like it's a jumper in transition or a three. It's a free throw. Make it.
Yeah.
Make half of them. We're in overtime.
Right.
You know, that can be the case, and I don't like to just go to that. You know, that mental card is their layups.
It's also the 3-pointers as well was also a really low percentage tonight at
I couldn't even get to those. I mean, I'm just ecstatic we get 21 free throws, and if somebody would told me we would have made 6, I would have lost my life. You know, and the interesting part will see how you bounce back and recover from that. Get those same 21 tomorrow. You know, against a team that's a lot. They're going to be tough because they lost the game. You know, they're at home. You know, they've owned us. And so it'll be a nice test of your character coming off of a night when you got shots you wanted. Like, you know, you can't go in there and draw it up. You guys execute it. And I don't do it. I mean, I put the little X and the O on the paper. That's easy. You know, my mother could do that. They go out there and they earn those high quality shots. And they have to, you know, what we call it picking up your paycheck, you got to finish it. You know, you don't work all month and then don't pick up your paycheck. And that's what we didn't do. Over and over and over and over and over again. And I think the toughness came in when, you know, we had 3 for 11 and somebody else missed it. So maybe that's in the back of people's mind, I guess.
Is there anything you take from tonight's game moving forward to playing Indiana, other than the game's over?
Yeah, I take a lot. Yeah, you know, because there's always the raw but true emotion. Like, raw is not bad, it's true, the raw emotion. But there's always the execution factor of that. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch the video and understand that, okay, we ran the screen, we made the read, we made the extra pass, we got the layup. I have to take that away from him because I need to get those same shots tomorrow. So that is the frustrating part. Like, you know, if you're running that set and you're getting 18-footers, chances aren't that good. But the positive for me, when I'm gonna need an hour to get there, is to watch that video that the guys have broken down for me and get to that point. And then it's gonna be a matter of their resolve, my resolve, and our toughness as a unit.
We're almost at the halfway point of the season. It's kind of the fork in the road for the Sky. The division's there for the taking, but you could also slip. So it's got to be a motivator for your team to seize the opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's always the big picture. I mean, you don't, you know, as a unit, you don't even have to talk about it because it's so visible. It's there, but you're exactly right. And you know, for us, we've had 3 of these last 4 are going to be at home. We got these hot teams coming in here. It's a difficult opportunity to gain momentum, but when you do, it really helps the confidence and the comfort level of people. But you got to do it. They're not going to cooperate and let us.
So if we send you to the free throw line 21 times, how many would you make?
Yeah. You know, what's in my head is get me 21 tomorrow. Get me 21. I've come in here and we've had 11 free throw attempts, 8. I would shoot better than 28.9%. And I hope you print that, and I hope every one of my players read it. And that's not a matter of, it's not one of those things like you're a kid and you say, go to the gym tonight and shoot 1,000 free throws. That doesn't mimic real play. You know, it's, you guys know, you come to practice, you shoot live free throws. In the beginning when you're fresh, first quarter. At the end when you're dead tired, overtime. You know, so, and that's why we say it becomes a mental thing, because we can all go to the gym right now and shoot about 80%. Hell, I'm fresh. I might drop 85. It's those live free throws and that mental toughness of, yes, I'm tired. Don't change the routine. I've been doing this since the birth canal. Dribble it 2 times, flip it, get my, you know. And I'm not making light of it, but just to put it in context. You know, my goal is to get 20 plus tomorrow. And I know you're gonna make a lot more than 6.
You had a good game on last Sunday with Atlanta, and you know that was one of the bright spots in this particular stretch that's been so difficult for this guy. What was the difference with that game that made it so, you know, that made it that bright spot?
Well, I think it's we hadn't won in a minute.
Yeah.
So that made it bright.
That was bright.
That was bright.
Outside of that, though.
An Atlanta team that ends up in the finals.
Yeah.
Previous years, so you know they're a tough team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, the win, not just the win, but against an Atlanta team that's physical, that's fast, and has power, and has scores. That, because it was Atlanta and the win, that is what helps you, because then you know where you are. You have a gauge. And that, the flip side is what makes it so disappointing when you're coming off of that momentum and you create these opportunities for yourself and you don't take advantage of it by knocking down free throws, layups, and missed assignments, being smart.